That is a look back on the prelim finals. Now the qualifying finals are up next, and we get straight into our preview. Unless anything else you want to touch on, I don't really have
Let's go.
too many salutes and slaps and shit. It's very hard to get two games.
Semi-finals, yeah.
I'll salute Tohu Harris just because he didn't get 3 points. So because he was 220 meters, 50 tackles.
Yeah.
Phenomenal with a busted body. So anyway, we get to the qualifying finals, and it kicks off Friday night at ANZ, I believe, if I can find my draw here, as Panthers host the Storm. For Penrith, both Tango and Luai have been named. So Dylan Edwards, Taruva, Tango, Crichton, Tuo, Luai named, still needs to pass, I believe. Captain's run. Cleary, who's overcome a broken fingernail or something. Leota, Kenny, Fisher-Harris, Sorensen, Martin, Yo. The bench is indeed Cogger, Smith, Lenu, and Garner. Interesting bench, actually, because they've overlooked Hosking, they've overlooked Peachy.
Garner for Hoskins is a weird one for mine.
Yeah. He was pretty good last week. Maybe I suggest it's Tungo cover.
I understand Peachy for Cogger because you're covering Luai there in the halves. But for mine, Hoskins could play centre. You already showed that he could play centre. A couple of times they chucked him in there during the year. I just think there's maybe a little bit more impact out of Hosking, but Garner has been pretty good in the last couple of games he's been there.
I assume the thinking is if Tungo's not there, Garner goes to centre, Hosking comes to 17. Mm-hmm. For the Storm, they have named Jerome Hughes, but he is in more doubt than Luai.
Oh, really?
For lack of a better term.
I heard today he's actually firming as a good position.
I only read pop-up headlines. Meany, Warbrick, Seve, Olam, Remus Smith, Munster, Hughes, Kamakamika, Grant, Welsh, Lero, Katoa, King, and the bench is Tyron Wishart, Eisenhuth, Nelson, and Tarek Sims. Look, is there any hope here for Melbourne? Do you have to really spend a lot of time analysing this game?
I don't think so. I think their forward pack would have to play the best game they've played all season, and they're probably still going to be chasing, to be honest. I think Penrith put a score on them. The couple of points I did mention was obviously the forwards and the edge forwards is where I think a big part of this game is going to be won, and it'll be in the first half an hour. I think after half an hour, you're definitely going to see a discrepancy between these two teams, especially once the benches start getting involved. Melbourne really need to work off an offloading game, I think, and try to spread the ball as fast and as often as they possibly can to get to the edges. I still don't know how they break down this Penrith defence. Even if they do get offloads and second phase play and quick ball out to the outside edges, I'm still not sure you can break down the likes of Crichton, and Targo's quite a decent defensive centre if he is the man to take that position. I think they need to play really up-tempo and increase that tempo for the entirety of the game, because that's what Penrith do week in and week out. But I'm not holding a lot of hope for Melbourne. I think they get beaten, and they get beaten pretty well here. I think it's 13 plus. They'd have to be great in defence. The big part for mine is Cleary's kicking game. I think he can play in a dinner suit, even if he does have a hand injury in this game, and just kick them into corners and let his big men do the work, and they'll grind Melbourne out of this game by the end of it. Melbourne's best chance is probably that cross kick that they won the game with last week, and continually bomb to the likes of Toto and Taruva, and have the Remy Smith and Warbrick, who are the taller, better jumpers. They do have a definite advantage there, but how often that comes off, or it ends up getting knocked on or knocked back, or
the other thing is there's not many better aerial blokes than Stephen Crichton in the game either.
No, true, but I think that it's probably to try and sit the ball on top of those two wingers and hope that their wingers can jag 2 or 3 tries out of it. But Panthers 13 plus. Man of the match, I'm going to go with Isaiah Yeo. I think Cleary might just take a little bit of a backseat and concentrate more on his kicking game, which will leave Yeo a bit of that ball distributing in and close to the line. Might set up a try or two, and he'll tackle his ass off as he always does. And first try, I've gone with Toto, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do kick to the likes of Smith or Warbrick for that first try for the Melbourne.
We know this Penrith we've seen in the last 6 weeks is played up tempo. They don't have their set up plays. They don't play like they get up and they make you work each and every tackle.
Yep.
I think it might take him 10 or 12 minutes to get going because their forward pack doesn't necessarily come out of the gates as quickly as others some games. So I think Melbourne's best bet is get physical and get in their face, try and snare a 40-20 or something out of dummy half, try and get going. But Melbourne can't chase you. If Penrith score first, that'll be in the section. I think I can see a 30-point second half coming. Because once Penrith open the gates, their outside backs are going to get physical and just... Yes, their scramble was good last week, but that was against a choppy Roosters attack. This is as good an attack in the comp. So I don't have to add much more to this. I can see... I'm going to go man of the match, Stephen Crichton, in one of his last outings in Penrith jersey. He's had a great 6 weeks. And, those concerns around Seve and co on that edge will be exposed. I think both centres, if you're looking for a same-game multi, both centres score. Tango and Crichton both score. So let's go the double. Crichton first try and man the match. 13 plus. And off to grand final for fourth grand final in a row for the Panthers.
Very good.
And then we get this cracker from Suncorp as the Warriors head there to take... You right to go,
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Which, off the week off, Brisbane look like this. Reece Walsh at fullback. Jesse Arthurs, Staggs, Farnworth, Cobbo, Ezra Mam, Reynolds, Flegler, Billy Walters, Payne Haas, Capewell, Ricky, Carrigan. The bench is Smoothie, Piakura, Hetherington, and Paliasia. For the Warriors, pretty much unchanged. Chance, Dallin, Rocco Berry, Pompey, Montoya, Tamari Martin, Johnson, Fanua Blake, Egan, Barnett, Ford, Niokore, Tohu Harris, Lock and Captain, Dylan Walker, Tavanga, Sirinen, and Curran. Here we are, game on. They're both essentially full strength.
Yep.
How are we going to line this up? It's going to be physical. This is going to be the two best forward packs in the comp, going head-to-head in a... I don't think it's going to be as we were talking about earlier, I don't think it's going to be a completely 100% Queensland crowd. There's going to be plenty of Kiwi noise going on. There's going to be plenty happening. This will be a game that will go to a clutch moment, I can see happening. Who's going to win that and who's going to come out in front?
Well, a big part of this is I think the forwards do decide this game. I think the Warriors are going to have to play at least 50 to 60 minutes through the middle of the field and try and wear this Broncos pack out. You do see Carrigan occasionally get a rest and Haas. I'm not sure if they get a rest in this game, but I think that the interchange forwards will have a big part to play in what happens in the middle of the field. Speed of the ball to the outside backs for mine is another big one. If Brisbane can get on the front foot for 20, 30 minutes of this game, I think the X factor in Reece Walsh and Reynolds really can decide this match. Getting the ball out to some of the, you look at the likes of Staggs, Cobbo, Farnworth, they can tear defences apart. All they need is half a chance. And if you can get on that sweep play or the kick in behind and provide them the opportunities, I think that there's probably an extra try or two out of this Brisbane backline than what you can see out of the Warriors backline. And we have mentioned there is some defensive questions around the likes of Rocco Berry and Adam Pompey. So I think they'll target those once they're done with trying to tire out the middle forwards for the Warriors. It's going to come down to a battle of stamina, but I've got someone the likes of Tony Staggs being man of the match in this game. I can see him scoring a double and causing no end of problems for his opposition centre out there. With Reece Walsh, also a very good shout at man of the match, floating in and providing the short balls and the rainbow balls for the likes of Cobbo, Staggs and Farnworth. So I think that's really where the game ends up being won by the Broncos.
I'm going with the Broncos too. My concern has been in recent times about those edge defences there, the Berry and Pompey, who have both had good enough seasons, but there's that X factor.
Dallin and Montoya aren't the best defenders in the world
and
either.
They do get confused a bit. And Herbie and Staggs have been fantastic all year. They're physical. They'll get in. They'll create their own chances if they need to. They'll both run 180 metres. And once you start having Walsh getting in and around there, I can see around that half-hour mark, a couple of changes, some tired middle forwards, and all of a sudden Reece Walsh is just busting through. He might have that game where he's been threatening to have, where he has a hand in 20 points.
See a lot of little kicks in behind the defence as well to turn the Warriors' outside backs around and pin them into those corners. And might even create a try-scoring opportunity or two as well. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 1-12 Brisbane. I hope this is one of the games of the year. I hope this does it justice.
Yep.
It's the matchup we've been waiting for. I'm going to go man of the match. I'm going to go with Reece Walsh again, having a hand, but points coming to via the Brisbane Centres. I'm going to go first try scorer though. I might go the other way and just go with Jackson Ford getting over there, getting deep into sort of 12, 15 minutes into the game, and a Wade Egan crash play.
Yeah, we've gone with Cobbo first try, Staggs man of the match, and Broncos 1-12.
Brisbane have the chance here to start building the next dynasty. If they keep this team together for another year or two, they can really start. Remember, some of these kids are only 22, 23. I know they're losing a couple, but
I think they're still the youngest team in the comp, aren't they? Or close enough
right
to.
now, and next year the Tigers will be. I think they've got 8 blokes under 20 next year. But
and the Sharks are in the top 3 or 4 as well with young players.
And obviously, but that all being said, Penrith are still only
they're
mid-20s as well.
Not an old side. No.
But this should be a cracker. We got end of the day. I think this is the first time in recent time that we've got the top 4 teams.
Yep.
In the top 4.
The grand final qualifier.
Playing the grand final qualifier. And excited to see it. I hope this lives up to the hype. Anything we want to finish on? I know, it's all being a bit facetious to say what's got us frothing because this game's got me very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely this game and the forward battle that you're going to see in the first probably 40 to 50 minutes realistically because that's where the Warriors are going to really rely on it. I hope Sean Johnson comes out and plays one of the games of his life and really puts it to the Broncos. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if the Warriors are within striking distance, I'll be cheering for the Warriors at the back end of this game.
Well, and the thing is, so will 90% of Australia as well. So
yeah, and that that kind of enthusiasm and energy might I don't put it out of the realms of the Warriors pinching this one, to be honest. But I think they'd have to be really disciplined in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
And, so
the key part is that where that Carrigan-Huss either stint off happens or the start of that second stint, that's when they go back up that last gear. And if that, if they're chasing or if they're
likes of Flegler and Ricky,
that's where a little bit surprised they've gone with Smoothie on the bench with and not with someone like a Jensen as well. But
yes,
for a game like this, but we'll see what that all brings as well. Cool. All right.
Very good.
Well, that's been it. That's Footy and Frothies. Of course, as I said, buy some merch, leave us some feedback, tell us what you think of anything we've talked about on YouTube, Facebook, and Insta. And we're going to get stuck into, going to refresh our views and get stuck into the bottom 5 teams and talk about the trials and tribulations that befell them in this season. Thanks, guys. Talk soon.